Hi, welcome to Matt Holman Golf. I thought I'd share with you some Tiger Woods footage from the Haney era. I received this footage from the Ledbetter guys. I haven't seen it online, so I thought I would post it. So let's start on the left-hand side. I think his swing here, I posted some footage sort of in the Butch Harmon era. I think his swing here still looks relatively similar. I think it looks more different now to in this period. So setup looked very good. He's a little bit taller here than he is now. The hands will stay in more than in that you'll see in sort of 2000. The club head more outside his hands. He's sort of gone to a more extreme version of this now. And I think, part of that was he always had this tendency for his arms to move a little bit too far away from his body in the backswing, and the club shaft get a little bit flat. And I think Butch Harmon never really saw that as a big issue. But I think Tiger wanted to move away from that. And, you see now really he's gone to an extreme method of that, where at times it looks like the left arm gets too across his chest too early, with the club head too outside his hands. So this to me was working good order. He pretty much just set the shaft parallel to his original shaft plane, and you'll see this sort of what Hank Haney's known for. The club head is a relatively short move. The club shaft stays pretty much parallel to our original shaft plane line, and that's really what from Hank Haney would say is sort of perfectly on plane, where the shaft stays matching our shaft plane at all times. But still a really good looking position there. And then he's got this sort of very strong downwards squatting movement that you'll still see today. I think that was one of the reasons he moved away from Butch. I think Butch wanted to get him out of such a drastic movement down, and he didn't want to. So, I really feel this is where some of his issues have come from. Everything, it's a great looking position here, but just too much squat. The upper body, is driving down too much. But a very, very dynamic position. You can see there from my lesson the arrow. The club, he manages just to keep it in front of him. Really good looking impact there, but you can see how much the shaft is higher than his original shaft plane. Get someone like Ben Hogan or Sergio Garcia, and they're really going to play in this sort of modern golf swing where you've got these ground reaction forces, which is this sort of downwards squatting, pushing movement into the ground, and then this upwards movement that's really meant to create a lot of force in the swing and a lot of speed. So Tiger's sort of a product of that. I feel he could be a more consistent driver of the ball if he had less of that downwards and upward movement, and the hands weren't quite as high at impact. But he did pretty good with this golf swing. So on the right hand side, again, setup looks really as good as you can get it. Hand staying, club works out. Great looking movement. Club face is square, halfway back. Again, the club shaft looks more laid off than you saw in the Butch Harmon era, but still a really nice looking position. That strong downward squatting movement. He gets very close to the shaft plane line here, but manages to keep that in front of him. Again, he has that raising of the club shaft. And everything swings down the line and through.